It's July 1918, and the Romanov family is living out their final anxious months in the Ipatiev house. Inside, the former Tsar, the Tsarina, their 4 daughters and son, once the world's most powerful royals, have been reduced to whispers and shadows. If you're imagining a dim, creaking house filled with fear, you wouldn't be far off. It's against this backdrop that the legend of Anastasia Romanov is born. Anastasia, the youngest Romanov daughter, at least the youngest surviving one, was 16 at the time. Known for her spark and mischief, she never quite played by palace rules. Those who met her described her as sharp-witted, restless, and always ready with a practical joke. This, perhaps more than anything, would become important in the years to come. On the night of July 16th, the family was awoken, told to dress, and led into a basement room under the pretense of being moved. What followed is one of the most infamous moments in royal history, the execution of the Romanovs by Bolshevik guards. According to official Soviet reports, all 11 in that basement, family members, a doctor, and servants, were killed. But almost immediately, rumors began to swirl. Someone had survived. Not just someone, Anastasia. Why Anastasia? Perhaps it was her youth or her almost folkloric cleverness. There were whispers that gunshots rang out, that smoke and confusion filled the room, and that perhaps, in the chaos, a Romanov daughter escaped the bullets and vanished into the night. Over the next decade, sightings of Anastasia cropped up across Europe. From Berlin hostels to Parisian cafes, women, shell-shocked, mysterious, emerged with noble manners or fragmentary memories. Of these, one name rose above all: Anna Anderson. Anna Anderson appeared in Berlin in 1920 after a failed suicide attempt. She was admitted to a hospital, speaking little, but soon told doctors extraordinary things, that she was the Grand Duchess Anastasia, daughter of the executed Tsar. It was a wild, compelling claim. Anna had scars, hinted at traumas, and shared fragmented recollections of palace life. She recognized jewels, offered anecdotes, and adopted the mannerisms of Russian aristocracy. Some surviving Romanov relatives and household staff were convinced. Others, steadfast in their skepticism, dismissed her as an imposter seeking notoriety or a share in the long-lost Romanov fortune. The press, naturally, went wild. The lost princess gripped the imagination of a post-war traumatized Europe. Headlines speculated, had a royal escaped? Anna Anderson's case went to court multiple times over decades. She didn't just insist she was Anastasia, she lived as her, attracting both wealthy supporters and enemies. Through it all, she held fast to her story, though memories shifted and evidence wavered. Meanwhile, the real story of what happened in Ekaterinburg grew more tangled. In the Soviet Union, details of the execution were buried in secrecy. Records were missing. Bones, when they were found, were hidden and misidentified. Every new discovery reignited the mystery. Whenever the story seemed to be resolved, another twist emerged: a decades-old diary, whispers of a secret rescue, a witness changing their story. The legend grew. Writers and filmmakers adapted and embellished the story, casting Anastasia as a living symbol of hope rising from tragedy. In operas, films, and novels, she became the final miraculous survivor of a fallen dynasty, a girl who slipped between the cracks of history. Science advanced, the legend met reality. In 1991, Ekaterinburg grave uncovered, DNA identified Romanovs. Later, two more bodies, Alexei and a sister, found, accounting for all lost in Ipatiev house. DNA from Anna Anderson showed no Romanov link. She was Franziska Szankowska, a Polish factory worker with her own war tragedies. And so the legend of Anastasia remains just that, a legend. Yet it endures, compelling and hopeful. Because somewhere in the cold geometry of fate and history, people want to believe that a young woman, clever and resilient, could outwit fate itself. Despite the science in 1,000 retellings, Anastasia lives on, not in the facts, but in the imagination.